Here it is, ready to reveal itself to you in interesting, fascinating, satisfying ways. But you're holding a closed door because of your attention to the economy. And your frustration is your indicator that you're barring the door, or at least hindering it. So your singular work is to find some way to think about finances in a way that doesn't feel frustrating. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would try to find a way of thinking of anything that doesn't feel frustrating, because chances are, if you go to the specific topic of financial freedom or financial well-being, you're going to activate what's already active and bar the door more. So you have to go to a general place that opens the door. Something that is working, something that feels wonderful, something that's easy to feel good about. Do this basic general grid work. You can even get off in the future. Everything's going to turn around. There have been lots of situations like that. Often after a big bust, there's a big boom. Things always work out. There are enough of us that are resourceful enough. Now, we're on the topic, but we're being more general. Or you could leave that topic altogether. There's much more to well-being than finances, although finances do play a big part of it. And so that might be difficult for you to detach yourself from that. But just find some way to get general about something. It's a beautiful day. The sun came up this morning. You have no idea how important that was. And yet it's rarely something that you focus upon. And have you looked outside today in this magnificent city? Can you feel the beauty of this planet from this particular vantage point? So as you focus there, you just can't help but feel good as you focus there. Esther and family were up at the top of the Ferris wheel on the pier. Kate said, I can see the curvature of the earth. How can you not feel good in a moment like that? How can you not feel good? That's grid work. That's grid work. And every moment that you're doing that kind of grid work, in other words, not even on your to-do list to bring the sun up this morning, we don't imagine. But as you acknowledge it and you use it as your reason to feel good, as you use anything as your reason to feel good, you come into alignment with who you are. And then the specifics that you have identified, the specifics, hear this, the specifics that you've identified, when your grid work is in place, the specifics on the topics that matter the most to you will begin filling in. Now, what subjects matter most to you? It's interesting. We say to people, don't bring the thing that's bothering you the most to this discussion, because the thing that's bothering you the most, you've got the most concentrated momentum going in opposition to what you want. But now, focus for just a moment on that momentum. Even though you've been thinking, maybe, more about what you don't want than about what you do want on this subject of finances, your vortex, hear this, took the bounce. So what you do want is huge, even though you're vibrationally not in the vicinity of it. Are you following? And now you're focused upon the beautiful day. Now you're focused upon the well-being of this day. Now you've got nothing activated in you, or now you're meditating. What's going to happen? What momentum is going to fill in the things that matter most to you? An idea will come. An idea will come. An idea that will come that will flash you with such enthusiasm that you will know the rightness of that idea. And now you've got something more specific to think about. Now don't try to take that idea all the way to fruition. Don't try to figure it out. Or if you do, just be aware of what happens to your emotions. If you might take a dip when you do it. The rule of thumb is be as specific as you can be while still feeling good. Aren't you eager to get your hands in this clay? Don't you want to see what you've put into this vortex? Aren't you eager to watch the timeliness of this vortex to fill into your grid? And isn't it worth finding a minute to meditate or to appreciate or to acknowledge the well-being of your life experience? This is the reason that we've been telling you. It's step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, you put it there. Step 2, it's there and Source is bringing it to you. The delivery system is already up and running. The cooperative components have already been established. Everything's ready for your receipt. All you got to do is chill. Find a reason to chill. And in most cases, that means get off the specifics that have been holding you out of sync with what you want. Well, it doesn't matter if it's a reality or your perception of a reality. It's the vibration of your being that affects you, period. So there are a lot of people who say, well, we live in this world and we cannot put our head in the sand and ignore the reality. And we say, well, you can observe reality as it is, or you can create reality. It's your choice. But most people are recreating reality based upon the what is that they are observing. And it's why things go slow for you. And it's why you feel uncomfortable. In other words, the most significant thing, the law-based thing that we want to say is, in any moment in time when you're rendezvousing with another, the one who has been focused with the most intensity on a vibrational pattern will sort of dominate the experience. But remember, we said one who's connected to the stream, one who's in alignment with who you really are, is really influential, millions of times more powerful than one who is not. So someone out of the vortex does not even compare in terms of vibration acuity to someone who is. But the question is your focus. In other words, it's easy for someone who is often focused in alignment with source to focus out of alignment. So we're really not even talking about the competition of I'm out of the vortex and I'm winning the energy struggle, and I'm in the vortex and I'm winning the energy struggle. It's not even about that. It's about you and what you are giving your attention to. And you just cannot give your attention to the things that you just verbalized just now without establishing a grid. In fact, this conversation is really helpful to so many, and it is the reason that we were eager to allow you to continue your conversation. But a really good teacher who is really wanting to assist you would stop you in the first words of that and just ask simply, what grid are you establishing? Because as you focus upon someone not having a good time, someone not having good self-esteem, someone not feeling good, or someone really not enjoying you when you are, or someone not enjoying you when you are to the point that you then join them in your out of the vortex. In other words, to be on the same wavelength with someone, you've got to go where they are. So many people sacrifice their alignment with the energy that creates worlds, with the source within them, with that which man calls God. They sacrifice their alignment with that in order to be there for someone, or in order to not be criticized by someone. So once you've got everything in place, in other words, no one likes to hear, you create your own reality when things are not going well. But here is something that will really, really work for you. Let's back up just a little bit. Very often someone will say, I want to feel good, and I often do, until I look at you doing that thing that you're doing, which is keeping me from being in alignment. So you need to stop doing that thing you're doing so that I can be in alignment, which is totally giving over your power to them because you can't control them. And they want to feel better. Don't you think they would feel better if they could? They're not doing it on purpose, you see. And so then as you begin to understand that you have the ability to stay in alignment no matter what they are doing, that you have the ability, but you got to practice it when they're not there. You got to practice it when it's easy. If you will establish your grid before you walk into that situation, then it's easier for you to maintain it. And here is a specific key that will work nearly every time. Go general. In other words, that's where people make their first mistake. You go out of the vortex and engage. Recognize that you don't feel good, and then try to do something about it. So what are we saying? This is really an important conversation. This is our favorite thing that we've ever said to anyone ever. Ever, 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 ever. Don't try to fill your own grid in. That wasn't it. Our favorite thing that we've ever said ever is, when you align with the energy and the inspiration is pouring forth from you, the probability of them coming into alignment with you is much greater because you've practiced the vibration in advance. Now here's what we're getting at. This is the statement that we so want you to take away from this gathering. If you will decide that you are going to create your own reality in advance, not in the middle of an out of the vortex moment. And you know, almost all of you are attempting to do the most of your creating in an out of the vortex moment. You wait till something goes wrong and then you say, give me a process. I got to do something. I got to get back into alignment. I got to do something. But it's too late. It's like you've jumped out of an airplane. It's at 50,000 feet. You have no parachute. What do I do? What do I do? Just give it a minute. It'll be over soon. That's what happens. And we really mean that. In other words, just write it out. Don't try to fix it, because you'll do more damage. And by more damage, that's not the word that we really want Dester to find. You'll do more practicing of a vibration that's going to come back and bite you in the... We don't want her to say that either. If you just chill, just let it play out. Don't fight it. Just let it play out. Don't try to make it a teaching moment. Don't try to make it the moment that you're valiant. Just let it happen, because the grid's already filling in. So that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. You got a grid going and it's filling in. Just live with it. But set an intention to do better grid work. Better grid work later. We've been calling that pre-paving for years. If you'll do your grid work in advance. We are so happy to have had this conversation. Do your work in advance. We call it pre-paving. Do your grid work in advance, and don't try to fill your own grid in. And as the grid is filling in, just accept it. Just accept it. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can define. But fortunately, we don't have to define it in words, because we can define it with energy. It has been a powerful leading edge conversation that we've experienced today. It is our desire that you leave this forum understanding these few things. These are the only things that you need to know to live happily ever after. Life is supposed to feel good to you. You are supposed to feel good in this moment. And the larger part of you does. And when you don't, you're just having your own little tantrum that you're not up to speed with who you really are. And it's a justified, valid tantrum. Because not being up to speed with who you are doesn't feel good, no matter how you are measuring your tantrum or your reason for it with the others in the scope of humanity. It doesn't matter. Your tantrum is legitimate. Next, you are the only one who can get over your tantrum. And the way you do it is by understanding how this all fits together, by understanding that you are the creator of your own reality. The most important thing that we want you to leave this gathering remembering is that we are all in this together, and that we are right here with you, flowing with you, offering you clarity about things that are important to you. And the better you feel, the more in harmony with that clarity you are. And last, we want you to know that there isn't anything that you're supposed to be doing. You can't get it wrong. You're not supposed to be doing something that you're not doing. There's not some list of things that you are responsible to accomplishing. It's just that you really intended this to be a wonderful time. It's like going on vacation and planning it to be really good, and when it doesn't turn out good, you say, something was really off about that. And that's as big as it gets. In other words, you're supposed to feel good, and when you do, everything is right in your world. And from our perspective, everything is right in the universe. There are a lot of people who are wanting to hold themselves and you to other standards. And when you stand in appreciation of them in their differences, and in appreciation of them coming into alignment in whatever way they do, your world will go better, and so will theirs. There's not one way of going about this. There are a lot of ways of going about this. And you didn't come to all want the same thing. You came to focus in different ways in order to add to the clarity of the whole. And so those people who differ in their beliefs or even in their intentions from you are really your best friend, because they cause you clarification. They cause all of us clarification. And they are part, as you are, an important part, a reason for the expansion of the universe. So be easy about this. If we could do one thing for you now, it would be, we would zap you so that you sort of forget about everything that we've talked about. Except that you're supposed to feel good and to go general. Because if you will begin to practice that process of being as general as you can until you show yourself deliberately and consciously that you can feel better just in going general. It's our promise to you that as soon as today, your grid will fill in with obvious things that you will be able to associate with the effort that you've made of going general. And then you're off and running. Be as specific as you can be and still feel good. There is great love here for you. We are eager about what's coming next. And we are present in your moments, peeking through your eyes, smelling through your nose, hearing through your ears, feeling through your skin, tasting through your tongue. You are the leading edge of all that is. And as such, it's supposed to be really especially good for you. There is great love here for you. And as always,